everybody, it's Katie2 here and I'm back with another video. I've been wanting to make art challenges for a while, and a few days ago my father found a pen drive with a backup from a computer from 2010, and when I went to look through it I found some illustrations I did in 2009, and that's basically the first time that I have ever done a digital illustration. So I went to look through it, and the oldest one that I found was from 27th of December 2009, which is one day after my birthday. So it probably means I got a tablet for my birthday, and the first thing I did on the next day was experiment with it, which is super sweet. So for a challenge, I have decided to redraw this very first digital drawing that I have, and I think it's gonna be super exciting and super fun. It's one of my OCs. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about her while the speed paint is going on, and I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because this support allows me to continue making videos. So if you like my videos, please subscribe and support me in any way you can. So yeah, see you there. Okay, so this is Claire. She's one of my first OCs. She's a Neopets OC. She's one of those tiger Neopets that I forgot the name. That's why she's got those ears and tail. So for this redraw, I want to address some of the problems that I see here. Her hair, for example, seems like it's glued to her skin. There's not a lot of shading in the hair. The dress has no movement at all. The anatomy is pretty wonky. The face is very V-shaped. And her eye is a little too stretched. I don't like it very much. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So I left the reference here in the screen. It was saved as a transparent GIF. I don't know why, but it's pretty easy to leave her here in the screen, so I decided to do it so you can make your comparison throughout the whole video. So my first point with this redraw is to give her a slightly more natural pose. Her arms outstretched like this, both of them don't look very good. I wanted to make her skirt have more movement, because I think it gives the drawing a little more, it looks more dynamic. So yeah, I wanted to make her clothes look a little more dynamic. I also added a few details in her outfit that weren't in the original drawing, because I think the original clothes look very plain. So I didn't want to change it that much, but just a little more detail, it would be great. So I added some. Her face is more round, and her eyes also are more round. It fits my style better, and I think it looks cuter. And for her hair, I also wanted a lot more movement, because I think it gives the drawing a different vibe, and it doesn't look that boring when you give the hair more movement. Now for the line art, you can see that in the original drawing I had no pen pressure. The lines were very thick. Yeah, the lines were very thick, and no pen pressure at all, so all the lines just look the same. It doesn't look good. So yeah, for the line art, my main point of improvement was that. I also wanted to add some more details in the clothes folding, the hair, her face, everything, because there's just not any details in the original drawing, especially the clothes. They look they're very much like paper. So that was my main point for the line art. Now for the colors, I decided to keep them as close to the original drawing as possible. I didn't want to change a lot of the colors, so I basically just took them from the original drawing and put them in the new one. Even the new clothes that I added to her outfit, the new details I added to her outfit, I used the same color palette, sort of. I didn't want to add any new colors because I wanted to keep the vibe from the original drawing as much as possible. So for the shading, I decided to add as much detail as I could in the clothes because I wanted to be a big contrast with the original drawing that is very plain, no details at all. The shading is awful. So I really exaggerated the shading in the clothes, like not in a bad way, I just added lots of detail. I kept the original drawing like shadows on the right and light on the on the left because yeah, it just seems like a good idea. So yeah, for the clothes I really added lots of details because I wanted to be very contrastant with the original piece. For the skin, I picked a slightly more red tone to shade. The original piece has merely any shading in the skin, so I picked some bright colors to catch attention to the skin, such as red and pink, right? And yeah, that is my main point for the skin. I also added some highlights in the skin to make it look more glossy because I think that really pops out the other colors in the drawing. Other than that, I wanted to add a little bit of her skin tone to the other pieces because I think that really makes her skin tone pop out, and I absolutely love the color of this OC skin. Claire really has some beautiful skin, so I really wanted to make this color pop out. Now for her eyes, I wanted them to be a very bright green. I used my regular eye coloring strategy and I didn't really change anything. If you want to know a little bit more about how I color eyes, there's a tutorial here in my channel, so don't forget to check it out. Last but not least, her hair. I tried to go very overboard with the details and the shading this time because the original drawing really has no shading in the hair, only highlights. And it's very inconsistent with the rest of the drawing because you can clearly see the shadows in the right and the highlights on the left, but the hair doesn't have any shadows and there's highlights on both sides. So yeah, I wanted to correct that a little bit too, and also just make the hair look more colorful, vivid, and in connection with her entire body and the clothes and her face. And also a little detail that can be super important. I really like to paint my line art so that it's not plain black. Some people like the black line art, but I think it makes my drawing look a little more soft and whole when I get the line art a little lighter than black. So I basically just take the line art color and I get a darker shade of the same color and I paint the line art with it. I think it makes the drawing look better. So this is the result. I hope you have liked it. Please let me know in the comments how you feel about my improvement, if there's anything that you think I should improve more, and please let me know if you do any of these videos. I would love to see your improvement.